Hi friends, today I'm going to read a story called Goggles. It's written by Ezra Jack Keats. Ezra Jack Keats is the same author that wrote our story of the week, Whistle for Willie. And while we're reading this story today, I want you to look and to listen for some familiar characters. Now, Ezra Jack Keats does reuse some of his characters, but not in all his stories. So if you read some more of his, you'll notice that our main character may or may not be in there. I also want you to notice this the silver seal called the Call to Honor. And this is usually an indicator of a pretty good book. This story was written in 1971. It's the first time it was published. And it is an old but goodie. Here we go. Goggles by Ezra Jack Keats. I want you to notice his illustration style. It's very unique, right? Not just a brown wall, but lots of great artistic ability in this book. Archie, look what I found, Peter shouted through the pipe. Motorcycle goggles! Archie watched Peter through the hole. He listened and smiled. Peter ran to the hideout and put on the goggles. Aren't they great? He asked. Archie smiled and nodded. Peter said, "Let's go over to your house and sit on the steps." Archie nodded. They started off. Suddenly, some big boys appeared. "Give us those goggles, kid!" "No, they're mine," Peter said. His dog Willie growled. "Archie, hold Willie," said Peter. All right, did you hear the characters? Peter and his dog Willie. And I'm going to give you a close-up. You can see that dachshund down there is the Willie we know. Peter stuffed the goggles into his pockets and put up his fists. Archie gasped. Peter turned to see if something was wrong. The next thing he knew, he was knocked to the ground. Everyone stared at the goggles. Didn't use his words, did he? Before anyone could move, Willie snatched the goggles and ran through a hole in the fence. The big boys chased after him. "Meet you in the hideout," whispered Peter. "You go this way. I'll go that way. They won't know where we're going. Willie will find us." So they're going to go hide, right? Walk away, run away if there's trouble. Peter raced to the hideout. He sank down as low as he could. Footsteps. The big boys. They followed me. Peter held his breath. He must be so scared. Poor fella. Archie! What was that? Archie looked through the hole. So you can see the cylinder right here is actually a really long pipe that they can hear some talking through on the other side. There were the big boys. And there was Willie. They would see him. See, look, the boys are just right here, and Willie is heading out, and they're peeking through that hole. Archie stared at the pipe. Suddenly he spoke. "Here, Willie! Through the pipe! Fast!" So it probably has a little bit of an echo to it. "Willie!" Okay. He sure did hear him, and he still has those goggles. Peter peeked through the hole. The big boys were coming. Closer and closer. Well, that would be a scary feeling, wouldn't it? Peter took a deep breath, then yelled through the pipe, "Willie! Meet us at the parking lot!" "Heading for the parking lot," one of the big boys yelled. "Let's go!" So they got him off the track. See how that works out. Peter, Archie, and Willie crept out of the hideout. When they reached the fence, they got up and ran. So on this page, I want you to notice all of Ezra Jack Keats' really artistic ability. I mean, look at the wall with all the different details of the colors and the smoke and the different color of red and the bricks. He was a detail guy, you could tell. They got to Archie's house. Archie laughed and said, "We sure fooled 'em, didn't we?" "We sure did," said Peter, handing him the goggles. "Things look real fine now," Archie said. "They sure do," said Peter. So look, they're safe on the stoop right there with Willie at their feet. And he's still got the goggles and no trouble. All right. The only additional thing that I would add to these guys is if when they got back home, they told a grown-up what had happened. So sometimes grown-ups can help prevent things like that. So this is Goggles, written by Ezra Jack Keats, and I hope you liked it like I do. See you later.